People always say, I'm going in for an interview without realizing that an interview is not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. So I'm going to give you some questions I want you to ask at the end of your interview. Take 3 or 4 of these questions and use them and apply them, okay? First one is this. At the end of the interview, they're going to ask you, do you have any questions for us? First things first, you must ask some questions. If you do not ask questions, you're showing what? A lack of curiosity, and number 2, a lack of intelligence. Yes, people who are not curious are not intelligent, right? You don't want to put across that image of yourself. So the first question you're going to ask is this. Yes, thank you for the question. I want to know, what is it about being in the CBP that makes you want to come to work every day? That question immediately switches roles from interviewee you to interviewer, them, right? You're now interviewing them. It gives you that transference of power, right? Because now they understand with that question, you're interviewing them. It's a fair question. It's a smart question. It's something you definitely want to ask them, okay? Number 2, you want to ask them, what does success look like for a CBP officer in their first year? This is telling them you want to understand the job. Although you don't have it yet, you're not there yet, you are still inquisitive enough to understand that there must be something here that's probably different from my civilian life, right? And so you are inquiring with them what it's all about, right? Next question is, what are some of the biggest challenges you face as a new CBP officer after graduating the academy? This is an excellent question. This is a way of you showing them, I want to get through the minutia and understand what are the core hardships about us being a CBP officer. And whatever they say, make sure you remember it, because that panel is full of really smart people who are already in the job for many years, right? And by you asking that question, they already know, okay, this guy is a smart guy. This lady is a smart lady. They're really trying to understand you, right? And you're trying to understand them. And questions like that really break it down really simple, so they understand this person here really wants to be a good CBP officer because they want to what? They want to overcome any kind of hurdles in their way. That's a good question to ask. The next question you want to ask them is, what is the culture of the team? Now, because of today's climate, you hear the word culture, people go, oh my God, what culture? No. Culture in this role pertains to communication, teamwork, and professionalism. Those are the words you're looking for from them when they answer your question. The culture, understand? How do people communicate well? Are they professional, right? Things like that. You want to make sure you ask that question. The next one is very important. You want to inquire with them, is there room for advancement or specialization within CBP? Because you're telling, with that question, you're saying, look, if I get this career, it's not a job, it's a career. If I get this career, I eventually want to move up, right? And maybe train others, right? So you want to make sure you're not hitting a glass ceiling. You want to make sure there's opportunities there for you. And the only way you're going to know is by inquiring with them, is there room for advancement within the career field? Okay, make sure you ask that question as well. You want to also ask about the work-life balance, because a lot of people get their careers. I'm guilty of that myself sometimes, so I'm kind of being hypocritical here. Sometimes we dive too far into our careers and we forget about our family, right? We don't forget about we kind of say, oh, the career. So make sure you're asking them about work-life balance. Usually their retort will be, well, you have 3 days off here or 2 days off here. Make sure you ask questions like that so you understand exactly what you're getting into as far as a work-life balance. You might not be married right now. You might not have a girlfriend or boyfriend right now, but eventually you probably will. And when you have that, you probably want to go spend time with them. So you want to make sure you understand what is the draw to the job versus the draw to my home, right? Last thing you want to ask them, of course, is there any additional preparation or training you may recommend for me, right? So that's a great question. They might give you hints at the interview for the academy, for the career. they might give you hints like that, okay? I want you to take those 7 or 8 questions, right? Get it down to 2 or 3, maybe 4. But the first question, you have to ask that question because it is imperative you show them confidence and intelligence by asking that question. Understand? If you inquire, your first question starts like that, they will immediately know that you are a serious contender. You're taking the bull by the horns, right? And you are now interviewing them in the most professional, polite, intellectual way, right? It's not being arrogant or rude. It's just a good question to ask, okay? Every time I see a candidate asking a question like this, I know they're serious because they turn the tables on us and now we have to answer them why we like our career so much, okay? Those are the questions you want to look into, bring with you, and present to the interview panel. If you leave without asking one question, you will not get a call back. Now, if you want help for the test as well, click the link below. You have a 115 answer quiz there with the answers for you there, of course, 115 questions and answers, full explanations, and also you get an email from me, okay? Thank you very much and good luck on your interview. Bye-bye.